Brady, obviously and notably, ended up becoming a starter. Shady, what?
Oh, my bad, because we having a Shedeur Sanders topic.
Put all the chains.
Yeah, hey, you know they don't like when a brother got the chains on. You know what I mean? So, hey, Fox, don't push me down now. You all right? He's suffering for enough of all of us. Fifth round?
Fifth round.
We thought it was first round. Fifth round. Put my chains on. Don't, hey, I like my money. Don't take my...
And the watch. And the watch.
Damn.
Shady, you're already under contract, okay? You don't have to
Look. Woo!
You
know how they do it. You know how they try to do it with strong black man.
Hey, just make sure when it's contract year, hey, stay in your lane.
Oh, hey, look, Jay, look. I ain't like Shedeur. I'm gonna have a tie on. Happy to be here. Thank you so much. Yeah. But I'm gonna get loud when I get that deal, though.
And that's it. And that is how it's done. That is how it's done. Let me actually start with you, James Jones. Shedeur Sanders. What is his path to starting his rookie season, big dog?
It's going to be a hard path. It is going to be an extremely hard path, but it can be done by the way he plays and balls out and with a little luck on your side. So you got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur, right? You still got Deshaun Watson coming off of injury. So reps-wise is already going to be limited for the young fella. So you're going to have very limited reps to really, truly show what you can do. When you jump into the preseason with these limited reps, you got to show flashes of being a really good quarterback. That is number one, because you got to get yourself on the team. And then some injuries have to happen, Acho, right? We know of the Aaron Rodgers sooner rather than later because of injuries. We know of Brett Favre because of injury. We know of Tom Brady because of injury. But when they got in there, they went to work. When you get your opportunity, however this opportunity may present itself, when you get those reps, you have to make the most of those opportunities. So how he gets on the field is showing, hey, man, you got an old veteran quarterback, right, that's probably not going to win you a Super Bowl in Joe Flacco, and you've seen me ball out in preseason. That's the first step. All right, the second step is once you get into the regular season and you make this football team, you either need these dudes to play bad. When I say these dudes, I mean Kenny Pickett, because I think you're going to be better than Dylan Gabriel. You need Kenny Pickett to play bad or, God forbid, have an injury, and that is how he will get on the football field and start a game. But I think this is a uphill battle. He has to play well, start number one. And to start a game, it's going to have to be some injuries, or it's going to have to be some quarterbacks in front of him playing really, really bad.
Quarterback.
The quarterback.
Yeah. I was just thinking about Shady's watch. I need to get that, man. That's a nice watch.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
You say you don't like all this type of stuff.
I do, though.
You like it now?
I like the watch.
Nice, dog.
I got a nice one, too, right here. Let's do the Shedeur. Injuries. I think injuries is the path for Shedeur Sanders starting his rookie season. I've been in a situation where I've been the fourth string quarterback in rookie minicamp for the Washington team. And it's a little bit infuriating that you can't get the reps that you need. And I think as a quarterback, you need those reps. And I think that's the one thing maybe holding Shedeur back in this situation is, hey, once you get in the door, which you're in the door, now when am I going to get a chance to show what I got? Because if you're really being honest, in training camp, if you're rolling as the 4 quarterback, you're splitting reps with a third string quarterback and you're getting 2 reps, maybe a rep a period, a grand total of 6 reps. How are they going to evaluate you and give you a fair shot to start if you only have 6 reps to take? And so for me, I just wanted to never press. I wanted to never hey, I just got to do this and I got to do this. Just be who you are because he's gotten you here. And I know your path has been up, down, all around, famous, celebrity, changed 2 programs around, all this stuff. Thought you were going to get drafted first, second round, you went in the 5th. Who cares? Who cares? Your journey's just now starting. I think that's the biggest thing. You have to, and this is something that Andy Reid and Sean Payton used to always say, I don't care what you do in OTAs, I don't care what you do in training camp, I don't care what you have to put tape on the field in an actual preseason game. There's only 3 preseason games, and there's 4 quarterbacks. Do the math. You might get 3 quarters of play time through 3 preseason games. You're not only trying out for the Cleveland Browns, because who knows what's going to happen with Flacco and Kenny Pickett, you're trying out for 31 other teams. And my biggest advice is give the coaches a reason to want to keep you, not get rid of you. Like, you have to have a reason for them to keep you. You have to add value. You're not going to make the team just because of your name. The NFL teams do not care. They showed us that in the draft. Whether it's social media, whether it's any of this, give them a reason to keep you, not get rid of you. I think that's my biggest advice to Shedeur.
There's two pieces. Shedeur starting this season is out of his control. Like James said, like Chase said, Shedeur needs what God forbid, injuries. And I want to give it to you in picture form because the quarterbacks that have started who were drafted in the 4th round or later, just so y'all know, this is about as real as it can get. Tom Brady only started because Drew Bledsoe got hurt. Yep. Dak Prescott only started because Tony Romo got hurt. Kirk Cousins, y'all remember, he only started because Robert Griffin got hurt. Griffin was drafted higher in the 1st round. Brock Purdy only started because Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance got hurt. Let's go to some of the lower name quarterbacks. Gardner Minshew, even Minshew mania. It does not happen if Nick Foles does not mess up his collarbone. Taylor Heineke, remember, he had a period where he started for a season. It only happened because Alex Smith got hurt. If there are any further questions, look up 4th round picks drafted or later and ask yourself, why did they start? And then look at the starter and what ended up happening. If you were drafted in the 4th round or later, you only start if someone gets hurt. Now, here is the good news. Last year, Brown started 5 quarterbacks. Year before, Brown started 4 quarterbacks. Shedeur, you're the 4th quarterback on the depth chart. In the last 2 years, the Browns have started 4 quarterbacks throughout the duration of the season, and part of 2 reasons, injuries and bad play. Last year, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, hurt. Jameis Winston, bad play. Deshaun Watson, hurt. Bailey Zappi started the last game of the season after Jameis had lost 5 straight games. Year before, Bailey Zappi, he got to start, if I'm not mistaken, that was a year before, Jeff Driscoll got to start. Joe Flacco got to start. Deshaun Watson got to start. Dorian Thompson-Robinson got to start. P.J. Walker got to start. The Browns will start you, but it's more often than not out of your control. You need bad play, you need injuries, but those things typically happen, unfortunately, in Cleveland.
9 quarterbacks the past 2 years.
9.
Oh, those are awesome. Good takes, brothers. Good takes, guys. You guys work hard for that one. We're going to be real here for me. I keep it real, right? Let me get my paper right. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
So the question is, can he start this year, right?
Yeah, what's the path?
Now, the path is not to start game 1 or game 2. That's not going to happen. Yeah. But to be a starter for the Browns, that's possible.
Of course.
Let me break it down why. First of all, Deshaun Watson, paid a lot of money for the Browns. He won't be playing. He's injured.
Correct.
All right, so he would be the bona fide starter, but he's hurt. Joe Flacco was 40 years old. Joe Flacco is not that good. Joe Flacco last year played awful. They decided to bench Anthony Richardson, and they decided to play Joe Flacco. Sure. You know how that went? Horrible. Yeah. Okay? Kenny Pickett, brother of mine. So I'm going to be respectful, but Kenny Pickett for the Steelers was not that good. Kenny Pickett had some solid games for the Eagles, but wasn't enough to say, yo, you're going to be a starter. Yeah. Because any time, any moment, you can go back to playing like you did for the Steelers.
Facts.
Dylan Gabriel, I mean, he was really just a pawn. He was a pawn just for the NFL, hey, look, let's keep this young black man that's super cocky and arrogant, for Shedeur Sanders out of Colorado, let's teach him a lesson. That's all that was. Because all these quarterback experts, because I'm up here with one right now, right? They do all this game plan and show all this tape. I've never seen one tape about Dylan Gabriel. Did we make one, Chase?
No, we did not.
On not one platform. Before the draft, nobody even talked about him. But I know now that he's in the lineup because he got drafted, I'm not believing that. So, my point is, you guys keep bringing up all these quarterbacks that got a shot, like the Tom Brady's, like the Aaron Rodgers, and like the Tony Romos, right? Let's talk about them for a second. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers was sitting behind who, James Jones?
Brett Favre.
They can't hear you.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre was a Hall of Famer.
HOF.
It was great at it.
Yes,
okay?
he was.
Tom Brady. Everybody loves to just throw his name out there because Tom is the greatest, but he had to wait, but he got a chance to play, right? Yeah. Who was he waiting behind?
First $100 million quarterback.
Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, first $100
he was
million.
really, really, really good. Yep. Tony Romo wasn't bad, dog.
No, he was not.
Dak Prescott got his shot, but Tony Romo got hurt, and he got his shot because Tony Romo was really, really good. All the quarterbacks for the Browns, they can't start nowhere else in the NFL. Can they? I mean, can they?
Point.
No. So the reason why I'm having this conversation with y'all is because I know the game of football. I've been around. I played with all type of greats and bad players. Yeah. When I look at the roster for the Cleveland Browns, they're going to be losing. They're going to lose this year. And they're going to have a top pick next year because that's what they do. Secondly is the quarterback room. If I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm in the quarterback room, I look to my left, I see 40-year-old Joe Flacco. Okay. I look to my right, I see a struggling Kenny Pickett. Then I look at Dylan Gabriel, who we just came from college. He knows what's going on. You know we ain't in the same class. Yeah. And then I look at Deshaun Watson, right? He got all this money. He's hurt. He's not playing. Yeah. Who am I fearing here? If I'm a coach, if I'm a quarterback coach, if I'm a head coach, am I saying, yo, we got to play Joe? We got to play Kid? No. You telling me if Shedeur goes in here and plays well in the preseason and looks good in practice, we're not going to have a conversation in week 6 and week 7? Y'all be kidding me,
I think it's the clearest path for Shedeur Sanders to start out of any team other than Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the draft going on, you look at the guys and I'm like, yeah, Joe Flacco, Super Bowl MVP, I get that. Struggled at times, took the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs 2 years ago. The offensive prowess with Kevin Stefanski, that's why, right? And I think that when you look at Shedeur, he might be a 5th-round pick. He might be 4th on the depth chart right now, but if they really want to win, they're going to play the best guy. Like, I don't think it's going to be from the start, and I think he's probably, if he makes a team, 3rd quarterback.
Yeah, but
like you were saying, 9 quarterbacks? I mean, it might be a blessing in disguise for Shedeur.
You go, Chase, you're coming on now.
Off a little bit and be like, hey, you know what? I don't have to start week 1. I can develop. I can get all my stuff in line before I go out there and put my best foot forward.
But real quick, because now you starting to see what I'm saying now.
Yeah,
and
it's a good situation
I appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna break this down real quick, and I'm done with it. When you came to the Packers, did you start your rookie year?
I started game 1, yeah. But Greg Jennings got hurt.
Okay, so he didn't get hurt, but like when you walk into that locker room, right? Game first week in that season, you wasn't starting though, correct?
I wasn't starting.
Why not?
Because Greg Jennings and Donald Driver was in front of me.
Bet, stay there. I'm gonna go to you. When you came to Cleveland, right? I mean, it ain't much there, but when you came to Cleveland, you was with.
I was on the 2s.
You was on the 2s.
Yeah.
Why you didn't start?
6th-round pick.
Without
DeQuell was in front of me.
Who? No. Where? Who?
DeQuell Jackson.
DeQuell Jackson was a really good player. I played against him. Really, really good. He made some Pro Bowls. He was good like that. When you came to New Orleans, who was it?
Drew Brees, Mark Brunell.
Okay, so when you walk into the facility, right? Not this facility, but the real facility. Yeah. And you go in there and you say, all right, who's my competition?
Yeah.
When I came to the Eagles, you know what they had? They had Brian Westbrook. Yeah. He was really, really good. He got hurt. So then I said, who's number 2? Oh, Lorenzo Booker? I got you, dog. The 3rd, I don't know who the 3rd guy was. Yeah. I'm here. I'm gonna start. Yeah. But if I went to the Bengals when Corey Dillon was there, I'm gonna sit. Yeah. If I go to the Minnesota Vikings, Shedeur McCoy, you gonna sit. Yeah. Who the hell is Shedeur Sanders sitting behind? Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
The only thing with that is the Cleveland Browns have to have your mindset.
Yeah.
No, and I'm being serious. If they have your mindset, then the young fella's going to get more reps to show himself. If they just have the regular mindset of, hey, we traded for Kenny Pickett, we brought Joe Flacco in here, the veteran, to be the starter, he's not going to get a lot of reps. But if they go in there with yours, and I hope they do.
Stick with their mindset. So
he's not going to get enough reps.
Stick with your mindset, right? Real quick. Stick with your mindset, right? But then when we see Kenny Pickett play, and you might see some of that Steelers stuff in there, That's see true. Joe Flacco play. It might have some of that.
We all speak in the same language.
No, we not.
No, we not. I think what we're omitting, though, is this. It's not even about, to me, the Browns' mindset. You got to have his talent. That's what everybody's forgetting here. Yeah. Brian Westbrook was in front of Shady. If Shady wasn't Shady, Lorenzo Carter might not have got beat out. Yeah. Tom Brady was behind Bledsoe. But if Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady, Bledsoe's starting again. Aaron Rodgers was behind Favre. But if Rodgers is not Rodgers, Rodgers is not starting again. Dak Prescott was behind Romo. But if Prescott couldn't lead the Cowboys to 10-0, 11-1, and then 13-3, number 1 in the NFC, Dak Prescott probably concedes that job once again. Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy, but if Brock Purdy doesn't go to an NFC championship game in his rookie year, it's probably Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance. So you could suggest that it has to be a mindset, but we also have to remember what is implicit. Shedeur Sanders has to have Shady McCoy talent, or has to have Tom Brady talent, or has to have Dak Prescott talent, who's second in MVP, or has to have Kirk Cousins talent, a 13-year NFL starter, or has to have Brock Purdy talent, Super Bowl, he has to have all that talent.
Walking into that room right now, wouldn't you say he's the most talented?
That's what I'm saying. So what if Tom Brady, right? Because I heard you saying, right? And I think the reason why it was okay, because like Tom is good and then Bledsoe's good. So like they might have held off longer than they wanted to because he was so good. Brett Favre, another one. Maybe Aaron Rodgers had to wait a little longer because Brett was so good. But what I'm saying to you guys is, if Tom Brady had to wait behind Joe Flacco at 40 and look like the way he looked last year, he might have played way sooner than he did. If Aaron Rodgers had to wait behind Kenny Pickett, he might have played way sooner than he has. That's what I'm saying.
But it's so you talking about Aaron Rodgers, sir. Okay, that's the question we have to figure out.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, though.
Talk to me,
real quick.
Listen.
What I'm saying is, when you have a starter in the NFL and you have backups, The starter is better than your backups, hands down. Ain't no question about it. All right? And sometimes I ain't about to come here because y'all know what's going on. Come on, man. Get my water ready, all right? But when I come in there and now everybody is so close, you got B plus, B minus, B. You get what I'm saying? There's no real separation.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
That's what I'm saying with
what the
Shady, real quick before we go.
organization
It's like, this is why I said this is probably the best spot for him, is because those other guys aren't, unless they play really well, aren't like that. You know what I mean? And so, yes, he has to play well. He has to show the talent. But at least I think he could get an opportunity to show that. Whereas on other teams, if you're the fourth quarterback and you're not even, you know what I mean? Yeah. It makes complete sense.
That's all I'm saying, fellas.
They have to give him them
Hey,
chances.
when we
That's what I'm
return,
saying.
y'all got to. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.